Hello everybody, and welcome back. We are at my palace on Dargonis. And last episode we did kind of a meet and greet. We went around, we met the governor, we talked to a couple other people. Let me check our journal and see what we're doing here. Alright, we don't have anything going on. Okay, we have to go to the Administratum office. I guess we have to get up to 12. We only have 3. Alright. I'm gonna go back in here just to see if there's anything else that pops up for us to do. We're not going to be able to have the inauguration or anything. People don't really trust me yet. What was this? The Von Valancius Dynasty Throne, a visible symbol of the rogue trader's power. Ah, yes, very cool. There isn't anything else for us to do at the moment. Let's go outside. Alright, we can go to the bridge or return to the ship. Let's return to the ship and go to the Administratum. See what's going on over there. Uh-oh. High Factotum.
Terrible news from Dargonis, Lord Captain. The subsidiary Hive City Sci-Fion 84 has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production is halted and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees?
Well, I have a question. Well, what's the cause of this catastrophe?
It's still unclear. The noble houses are throwing the blame at one another. Agents of the venerable Achilles Scalander, stationed on Sci-Fion 84, died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. The final reports mention some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors, but I did not go into detail. Additionally, all your servants are busy investigating the causes of the crisis, but aren't doing anything to deal.
All right, let's see. We're not going to bring them all here. I'm going to say number 4. Establish labor settlements on the ruins of Sci-Fion 84 and relocate the refugees there. They have much work ahead of them to restore their former home.
A very fair decision, Lord Captain.
Oh, good. Large labor settlements were set up around the ruins of Sci-Fion 84. Only a bare modicum of food and clean water, the settlement residents began the arduous and dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. Good. Well, that gives them something productive to do. Now, this is where we landed already. We have the Von Valencia's throne room here, and we have the Administratum. I would like to go to the Administratum. Alright, we have to level up Jay. I haven't used her in a while, so she's got a few levels. AP increase. Okay, that's simple enough. We're going to give her ballistic skill. And we're going to give her ballistic again. Now, let's see. Brink of death. I like that. Give her that. And we'll also give her marks an enemy. I very rarely use that. Alright, we get some extra resolve with that one. Yeah, let's try that. I didn't know she could do Medicae, so we'll give her some more of that. Okay. Petitioners. I guess this is where they submit their grievances and things they want to fix. Ah, greeting protocol. Welcome to the palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Your ladyship, please follow me. Checking coordinates. Continue in this direction to reach your destination. Okay, not too many petitioners today. Last week, they had to put on an extra shift to cope with all the people. Alright. Let's enter and see what we've got here. We've got some loot. Look at all these papers and things. Chronicle of case 6830270 ... We'll read that later. Officer of the Administratum. So, am I supposed to speak with them? An ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lenses when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. But what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Jay glances at you and whispers, "What? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue shedding? Your time is more important to me than little formalities." Very well, don't just stand there. You're here now. Or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons over a servo skull floating nearby. Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st
millennium. Don't you want to know who I am?
Anya von Valencius, sole heir of rogue trader Theodore von Valencius. May the throne's radiance guide her path on the other side. The sole person to publicly assert their claim, to be precise. Abelard Wossarian, seneschal and right hand of the now departed Theodora von Valencius, and of her now extant heir. Of course I know who is standing before me. It is my job to know. Jay shifts, deliberately putting her jeweled augmetic on display. Does that mean that my reputation has preceded me, esteemed dama? No, I have received no reports about you. My companion wishes to obtain a Mercatum tabula officiale. The Master of Seals peers over her ocular lenses at Jay in disbelief. Then she looks at you. I take it you are her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with Template 40401, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Haydari the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum tabula officiale, the certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the saccharine smile drops from Jay's face. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when Anya von Valencius has prepared the primary documentation. Abelard lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the Administratum bureaucracy, nor is it his second. We can just complete the application. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes. The obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments. You are forced to write out the same details over and over. About you, the Protectorate, Theodora, Jay, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. Oh my goodness. An hour later. The Master of Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll into a tube labeled with your name. Next is the consent form for processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Another hour for that? Oh, Lord. Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved. Nice. Jay. Come on, esteemed Damar. What's that you were saying about seals? The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay. Here is your document, Mr. Haydari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum tabula officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They're easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Administratum, servitors have been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dargonis, in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system. Why can the seals not be affixed here in the Administratum Palace? According to Amendment 3C8, implemented by Prefectus Astinia of Dargonis, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of symbol of the unbreakable link between the sacred warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. Well, I understand that, but why can't the other one be here? The second seal is held in the Telecos Epsilon system in accordance with Decree OL008. Unfortunately, after a fire 200 cycles ago, all that remains of the original decree is an addendum certified by an unknown adept with the initials AA. No instructions repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terra. Therefore, the seal remains where it ought to be. Heinrichs.
There was a time during my earlier years of service when I performed the duties of a secretary in charge of logistics reports at a local administrative office. Your words, Master of Seals, brings back memories of which I am not in the least bit fond.
Well, the goal is clear. Find Administratum servitors and have them place 2 seals of approval.
The Master of Seals nods with satisfaction. Please do return once you have prepared the documents.
Okay, so I guess we can do that. So we can go and get this seal thing done. No idea. We find one in the throne room, so let's go back there. I don't think there's going to be one out here at all. Alright, let's check the map. Achilles, Comentia. Oh. Mistress Hidari, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you are coming very close. I shall repeat myself again. No, I will not be issuing you any seal, not in exchange for your honest word, nor for a bribe. Let the road traitor decide. All right. Your ladyship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but I must ask that you rein in Mistress Hidari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions toward me. As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals for the Mercantum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aide with a temper worse than a sandstorm the certificate with your signature. But your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Clementia purses her lips and glowers at Jay. "Oh, no, this isn't about me at all. I see well, Chancellor. Will you tell us yourself, or should I help you?" "I don't want to get involved in their issue. Mistress Wersarian, I require that a document be certified. Where is the court servitor, the keeper of seals?" "I'm afraid that my words may anger your ladyship. The seal you are looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship Theodora ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but, as you well know, we are a long way away from Holy Terror. And with warp storms ravaging Coronis, we've been unable to receive a replacement." "I ought to have you flogged for withholding critical information." "Unquestionably, your ladyship. At day's end I will submit myself to self-flagellation at the Wersarin family chapel. 100 lashes, and if that won't be sufficient, I will add 6 more. I'm sorry, but that was pretty important." "The loss of the seal is certainly a great tragedy, but self-flagellation? Admit it, Chancellor. You simply enjoy wallowing in pain while praising the Emperor's name. What the Exalted One requires of his servants is pure faith, not hollow torment. What possible use could he have for our tears? Those are just ravings of the ecclesiarchy, and you just walk whatever road you are being herded along, as blind as obedient sheep." "I do not fear pain, for it offers redemption. It would benefit you to learn this lesson one day, Mistress Hidari." "I'm afraid I have to refuse. Thank you. I presume the one responsible was punished promptly and harshly?" "Rest assured, Theodora von Valencius ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitude imperpietis, your ladyship. He now performs his duties to the Imperium without reservation or error." One of the worlds under Caligos Winterscale's rule, like Dragonis, was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the Administratum. The archives of House von Valencius mention 3 systems that are presently under the control of Winterscale. Those would be the Forgotten Twins, Lagran's Belt, and the Nameless Star. I'm confident that the Administratum Palace is located on one of the planets there. Oh my God, we're going to have to go all over the place for this. "We have a better chance of finding the seal in the pocket of some rich collector or fence than on a remote world owned by one of your rivals, Shireen. I suggest we make contact with any traders we may encounter on our travels. People in my line of work tend to have a good eye for such things. There is every possibility that someone has waited their whole life to to return the great relic to its rightful owner." "I see. There's something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private." "Oh, by all means, Shireen. I dare not waste any more of the precious balm that is your time on matters related to me. If I may excuse myself, I need to certify this mercantum tabula officiale." "Could it be that you found the lost seal, your ladyship? Or have you perhaps brought a copy from a distant Winterscale world?" "Not yet." I shall humbly await the day when Dargonus has its seal once again. I'll take my leave. I'm at your service. Well, that didn't go as well. I kind of made an enemy. Probably shouldn't have been so harsh. But I'm upset. Go running all over the place. And I don't even know if Jay's going to be worth it. Well, we're going to leave the episode here, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Please give a like and subscribe. And if you're interested, consider becoming a member. That would help support me and keep this channel going. Take care, all. Bye-bye now.